prior to starting the ceremony, the Veterans Day ceremony for the city of Lawrence, to give our current sitting council president, Mark LaPlante, a moment to talk about the Lawrence World War I project. City Council President, Mark LaPlante.
Clearly, you all have a soft spot for our veterans and those veterans who may have died in previous wars. As you may know, World War I was part of, and many partners of the Lawrence World War I project, of which Mayor Kendra Vasquez is also a part of that as well. And today we just received from the printer, thanks to the Lawrence Cultural Council and our partners at the Lawrence History Center, this brochure. It's a walking, driving, biking tour with 36 soldiers who we've gotten some sort of memento, a bridge, a park, a common, or a corner that's named after them. Their stories, some of their stories are highlighted in this brochure. I encourage you today, Veterans Day, today was Armistice Day, today was a World War I, where World War I ended on the 11th day, the 11th hour in 1918. So we remember why this day was picked to honor our veterans. And I encourage all of you to pick up one of these brochures. We've got plenty. Come see me afterwards. Director Velez also has some copies of that. Come see me. Take a look at this. Take a look at the videos that the mayor has done on one of them, as well as Mr. Kaplan, and do a QR code and hear the history. So thank you very much, Director Mennis. I do appreciate it. You may have one. You may have two if you want. So thank you all very much. It's glad to see a lot of friends and crazy colleagues here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President Mark LaPlante. Again, thank you everyone, and welcome to today's Veterans Day ceremony for the City of Lawrence. On behalf of Mayor Vasquez, we welcome you. If you would, please stand for the presenting of our colors.
Colors, hope, love, peace, and arms.
And now from Merrimack College, the a cappella group will sing the national anthem. Thank you. I want to thank the Lawrence Police Department, Lawrence Fire Department, and Junior ROTC from Lawrence High as color guards. Great job. And how about our color group, huh? If you would, please remain standing for our opening prayer for the Arena Roy. Let us pray. Dear God,
As the nation pauses to mark Veterans Day, we honor and pay tribute to all those who wear or who have worn the uniform of our military services. To those who laid down their very lives and gave the last full measure of devotion and courage to ensure that our nation will continue to be the hope of the world and the shining city upon the hill. To those whose living sacrifice today and every day serves to protect the freedom and traditions and to preserve the liberties we all enjoy as citizens of this blessed nation. To all who are our military veterans, having given their very best, these humble heroes returned home to a grateful nation, asking only that we too share their pride in the land of the free and the home of the brave. They set a noble example for all of us. The full measure of our gratitude for such service can be judged in the effort that each of us invests in living our lives as engaged, generous, and responsible citizens. May God continue to bless this nation, and may we continue to be worthy of those blessings. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Roy. Appreciate it. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to call up my fellow veteran and brother, retired Army Sergeant First Class Frank Bonet. He will address our POW MIA table.
I'd like to thank Sergeant First Class J.B. Melendez for the promotion to Sergeant First Class. Actually, my title is U.S. Army Sergeant retired, so thanks for the promotion, Dave. Bienvenido, familia. My name is Frank Bonet, former Personnel Director of the City of Lawrence, United States retired veteran, and proud father of a retired disabled veteran, or disabled veteran, I'm sorry. Today, as you see the table here, is the POW MIA Remembrance Ceremony, as we are going to identify for those of you who are here who don't know what the table represents. So as you enter today the banquet hall this evening, you have may notice a small table placed on its honor. It is set for one, and this table is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession of arms are missing from our midst. They're commonly called POWs or MIAs. We call them brothers and sisters. They are unable to be with us this evening, and so we remember them. And this table set for one is small, symbolizing the fragility of one prisoner alone against his oppressors. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of the intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. Remember, the single red rose displayed in the vase reminds us of the families and loved ones of our comrades in arms who keep the faith awaiting their return. Remember, the red ribbon tied so prominently on the vase is reminiscent of the red ribbon worn upon the lapel and breasts of thousands who bear witness to their unyielding determination to demand a proper accounting of our mission. Remember, the candle is lit, symbolizing the upward reach of the unconquerable spirit. Remember, a slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter faith. Remember, there is salt upon the bread plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. Remember, the glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us tonight or today. Remember, the chair is empty. They are not here. Remember, all of you who have served with them and called them comrades, who depended upon their might and aid and relied upon them, for surely they have not forsaken you. Remember. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Again, on behalf of Mayor Vasquez, City of Lawrence, its employees and staff, we want to welcome you to today's Veterans Day ceremony. To me personally, it is the day that we remember all those that serve, and we never forget their sacrifice and their time spent serving on our behalf. So with that said, I also want to mention we have a Gold Star parent here, Andy Mennis, and I want you to remember him and his family, and obviously Staff Sergeant Mennis. Keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. Andy, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Please. Before I present the mayor, I just want to speak a little bit about what I know to be true. In the time that I've been doing this over the last 10 years, the support that I've gotten from Mayor Candace Vasquez is invaluable. I am indebted to you deeply for what you've done for this community, what you've done for our veterans, our veteran community, and specifically what you've done for the families like Andy's that have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Mayor Vasquez, thank you for your time and thank you for your leadership while you were here. You will be sorely missed, but remember the legacy you left will continue to stand. With that said, I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Vasquez for his remarks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to this celebration in honor of veterans here in the city of Lawrence and nationwide. Today is a day to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. To all the men and women who decided to raise their hand and swear that they will protect the Constitution of the United States. Thank you for that. In addition, I also would like to take this time to say thank you to our Veteran Services Director, Jamie Melendez, for the tremendous amount of work that he has done on behalf of the City of Lawrence, representing all of our veterans. I also wish for us to take this opportunity to remember those Laurentians, 778 Laurentians who have died in the line of duty. Let's take a moment of silence and remember. Thank you. But at the same token, I want us not to forget any of them and remember the ultimate sacrifice that they've paid. They are true, just like yourself, leaders of our nation, and because of you, we are free. Freedom is not free. And you, because of each and every one of you and your family members, we can proudly say that we live in the United States of America, a free nation. So thank you for your service and your sacrifice. It is something that we as a community wholeheartedly appreciate. We are in the middle of a transition of government, and because of that, I also, even though he's not part of the program, I would like to invite Mayor-elect Brian DePena to address the community on this very special occasion. Mayor-elect DePena.
I want to say thank you for being here, and I think it's a great opportunity for say thank you, veterans, for your sacrifice. Not only for sacrifice your personal, your family, your community. When you take a time for serving to the community outside the country, the whole community appreciate it. My son, Brian Jr., serves right now in Japan, and I know I miss my son. I know your family miss you. And I want to say thank you. It's a great moment today to say thank you for your service. I appreciate it. The whole community appreciates your sacrifice. Thank you so much, and welcome home.
again, thank you, Mayor Vasquez. Thank you, Mayor-elect DePena. Appreciate you both being here. Appreciate your service to this community. I'd just like to mention the fact that Mayor-elect Brian DePena, whose son Brian, serving in Japan. It's a very small percentage of elected officials in this country who actually have children serving our country. So to me, that it's huge, and thank you for that. And please keep Brian, his son, in your prayers and thoughts as he serves all of us. Next, I'd like to introduce a friend, a true friend and fellow veteran. I've worked with Virgilio since probably going back about 5 or 6 years in the hospital. I met him, I joined the PFAC, Patient Family Advocacy Council, and I got to know Virgilio and his service to this community. Initially, I did not know that he had served and was a veteran, so it took me off guard. Then when I found out he was a Marine, I said, oh my God, Steely-eyed killer in plain sight. But no, it touches me, and it is extremely personal to me that he's here today as our keynote speaker, as he is doing the work that he does in the hospital and trying to bring to light the services for not only the veterans who work in the hospital, but the veterans that are eventually could be clients or customers, if you will, at that hospital. So I really appreciate you being here today. And for me personally, it means a lot, and thank you. But a little bit about Virgilio. He is the Diversity and Equity and Inclusion Program Officer and Registered Nurse at Lawrence General Hospital. Virgilio he has been honored in holding the first position as the DEI Program Officer at Lawrence General Hospital. In his role, he leads the organization in efforts to create a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive work environment. As a DEI Program Officer, he also engages with community partners in efforts to dismantle disparities in healthcare and address issues of racism in healthcare. He is also an RN, which his nursing career spans over 16 years. Previously, Virgilio worked at the CCM, that's the Complex Care Manager. As the CCM, he educated and advocated for clients, caregivers, and families by providing education and safe discharge planning. Virgilio started in 2002 at Lawrence General Hospital as a nurse's aide. He later achieved an associate's degree in nursing in 2005 at Northern Essex Community College. He has worked both as a medical surgical nurse, a critical care nurse at Lawrence General Hospital. In 2009-2011, Virgilio was honored with the LGH Nursing Service Excellence Award. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree from American Public Excellence University, APU, in 2018. Currently, he is pursuing his Master's of Science in Nursing degree with a completion date of December 2021. Leadership in Healthcare track. Virgilio was born in Guayama, Puerto Rico. He is fluent in Spanish and English and loves his Spanish rice and beans. Hey, I do too. He obtained the Semana Hispana Hispanic Week NECC Alumni Award in 2005, which distinguishes excellence in his scholastic achievement as a Hispanic. Virgilio is the first graduate from the Lawrence Latino Nursing Program, LPNP, Area Health Education Center in 2005. His greatest personal achievement has been to serve his country proudly. As a soldier, he served the armed forces as a member of the United States Marine Corps from 93 to 97. Virgilio was part of the first United States Marine Corps Culinary Arts Team and won the Honorable Mention Award. He also served in the U.S. Army National Guard. Finally got it right. They said the Army needed a few good men. He also received the Army Achievement Medal for Distinguished Service. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite up to the podium my friend and fellow veteran, Virgilio Mennis.
First, I want to say it was Marine Corps birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to every Marine here across our country. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Virgilio Velez, as Jamie said. I am the DI Program Officer at Lawrence General Hospital, and I'm also a nurse. First, I want to thank the Lawrence Veterans Service Office for inviting me here, and VSO Jamie Melendez, for this honor and privilege of being the keynote speaker for Veterans Day here in Lawrence. I want to thank everyone else for being here and joining us in this important event and celebrating our veterans. What does being a veteran mean to me, and how does it relate to the work we do at Lawrence General Hospital? I want to give you a little story, a little background. In January of 1993, I recall the longest trip I ever took, where I began my journey to becoming a U.S. Marine. I was incredibly happy to begin my journey, but at the same time, I was terrified to meet the drill instructors, who put fear into my heart through watching videos that my recruiter made me watch. I tried to follow instructions as I ran to my yellow footprints, as not to be pointed out and picked on by the frog talking, intimidating, smoky hat wearing, hard charging, and backbone of the Marine Corps drill instructor. Hoorah! I've always considered being a soldier, as I have family members that have served our country before me. My father, who served in the Army, my brother, who was in the Navy, but once he saw me in Marine Corps dress blues, he changed over to the Marine Corps. I have an uncle who served honorably in the Army also and is a Vietnam veteran, and a cousin from the Army who's a veteran who served during the first wars of the Middle East. I honor them today as I honor all of the veterans who are here today and those around our country and our communities. Fortunately for me, I have never seen combat, but the Marine Corps prepared me by instilling discipline and commitment to community service. COVID was not aware that a Marine was in the midst guarding those in need. I'm a proud nurse in my community at Lawrence General Hospital. I do have family members who have served in combat. Both my uncle and cousin suffered today from PTSD and other physical issues that come with combat. I can't help but to get emotional when I hear my cousin talk about his experiences during combat and those experiences when he came home. The war does not end at the battlefield for many veterans of war. Today, my uncle refrains from any conversation that has to do with his service, but he's proud to have served. He was deployed directly from Puerto Rico to Vietnam to support the war effort. My cousin is at a place where he can openly talk about his experiences, but reminds me about the journey to having some kind of normalcy in his life, which has been very difficult. Even today, he suffers from back pain, arm pain, leg pain that haunts him every day. He also has trouble sleeping, but says the meds help him sleep most days. He holds a pharmacy of meds that he carries to keep him sane and moving every single day. My uncle has been a successful and retired engineer, and my cousin's a leader pastor for one of his churches in Texas. I want to talk about this because it is closely related to the work that needs to be done at Lawrence General Hospital. I'm committed as a DI program officer to ensure that someday every veteran who comes through the doors is identified and supported to being connected to the VA. To ensure they are connected with necessary services, it is our duty as hospital to connect veterans to the VA where they can support, number one, mental health, housing, food insecurities, rehab services, hospice care, and other necessary social and economic needs. This is an earned right and benefit for every veteran, who we understand and know they're the last one to tap into their benefits. We must strive to support all of our veterans who are in need. I thank Jamie for always being the expert and support for our Lawrence General Hospital veteran patients. Our partnership between Lawrence General Hospital and the Lawrence VSO is critical in our community, so they know that we care about our veterans. A veteran is someone who selflessly signed the dotted line to give the ultimate price if necessary, to maintain the freedom and privileges of being an American. I'm a proud veteran, an American who believes in the American values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you see a veteran today, make sure you thank them for their service and let them know you care. Honor them and thank them for their commitment to maintaining our way of life. Thank you very much.
Hey, again, thank you, Virgilio, and I just want you all to know why I thought it was important that Virgilio be here. We're just getting through this pandemic, all the stuff that we've been going through, and I know that together we are going to make a difference for our veteran community and their families, specifically through the Lawrence General Hospital. So I look to our continued collaboration, and we will definitely be there to support our veterans and their families. So thank you again. But before you sit down, I want you to come on back up. Mayor Vasquez has something he wants to present to you.
On behalf of the City of Lawrence and all of its residents, today I present Mr. Virgilio Velez, Marine Corps, the Veterans Day 2021 keynote speaker, in appreciation of your service to our community, the City of Lawrence, and to this community at large. We thank you.
Now, you know, Virgilio's a great guy and all, but I met Evelyn first. Is she here? Evelyn? She's not here? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was here. But I can't let him get home with a gift and her not get something because she's the boss, you know. So on behalf of the city, Mayor Vasquez, we'd like to present these flowers to Evelyn, his wife.
I'll bring it to you.
Thank you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here today. What I'd like to do right now is have the Merrimack College students come on up so that when Brother Rini Roy does his closing prayer, we can just go into God Bless America, please. Bear with me while they come on up. Brother Rini Roy.
Let us bow our heads in prayer for the closing blessing. Blessed be you, God of power and might.
I'm sorry.
Blessed be you, God of power and might, God of graciousness, gentleness, peace, and justice. We conclude this Veterans Day service in gratitude for the men and women who have served our country with bravery, courage, and firm determination to preserve the heritage passed on to us by our founding fathers. With your help, may we defeat the forces which continue to besiege us from within and from without. We ask your grace and blessing that we may never falter in our commitment to our country, so that all of us, military or civilians, might ensure that we continue to be one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
And now the Women College, I close. Thank you.
Please join us.